everyone, my name is Ataola Oluwadejo and welcome to Handsomely Educated. When they ask the question, what is the problem of Africa? What are the major problems of Africa? While we're growing up, first answers that come are it's because of slavery, colonialism, Western interference. And I never believed or gave these reasons serious thought. I never believed that these reasons were what made us the way most of us are. I never felt that there was this conspiracy, there was this Western conspiracy or a gang up of white people, their governments, to hold us down. Because every time you go out, you leave your house and you leave your comfort zone, the things that happen to you, in my opinion, are not, they don't seem as if the white man or the Western government have a hand in it. If I leave my house and the policeman meets me, or I'm forced to bribe somebody, or somebody cajoles me to bribe him or her, or there's a protest and police opens fire on people, I don't see how they had a hand in it. I don't see how they had a hand in, for instance, the massive corruption that afflicts our countries from the top down. I don't see how they have a hand in the violence that we put ourselves through. I don't see how they have a hand in the tribalism. Now, if they have a hand in it, if there's this Western conspiracy, if there's this ganging up of white people that is holding us down, why didn't it stop Japan from progressing, or South Korea, or Singapore, or Taiwan, or even the Arab countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi and Dubai? Is it only us that conspiracy is meant to hold down? I don't believe it. Agreed, everybody takes advantage of everyone in this life if you give them the opportunity. The Arabs came here for thousands of years, they dominated us. The Europeans came here, they did the same thing. Now the Chinese are coming here, and it's like everybody gets to use us. So, whose fault? Whose fault that we're not taking advantage of what God puts in our hands? We're not grabbing our destiny. We're not united. We always find a way to divide ourselves, or a reason to be divided or scattered. If the agriculture, the mineral resources, the fertile land, the tourism potentials, the pleasant weather, we can't put it, utilize it for our benefit, other people would come and do that. That's just the law of nature. That's how people are wired. The heart of man is desperately wicked. If we cannot take advantage of what we have, other people will come and take advantage of it, and they are going to exploit our rivalries, our divisions. They are going to exploit it and use it against us. If you take your refuse, if we don't have a sufficient way of managing waste or refuse of dirt from our homes and our factories, and people take it and put it in gutters and put it in canals and block those gutters and canals, and rain falls and it pours out in the ghettos and the slums, and people become afflicted with diseases, cholera, dysentery, diarrhea, or even Ebola. How did the white man or the Western world have a hand in that? If as a leader you move in convoy and siren of 30 cars, 40 cars, 50 cars, 15 cars, with bodyguards and with officials and with personnel in all these vehicles, money for fuel is going, money for the salary and wages of these personnel are going, and the cars to even buy them and maintain them, most of them are brand new, is going. How did the white man or the Western world have a hand in it? If we rise up in riots because of our ethnic and religious differences and we kill each other, how did the white man or the Western world have a hand in it? If as a top civil servant or a politician, you steal and steal and steal and loot to the point of no return, you pack all this money, instead of investing them in your country, you put them in very rigid industries like hotels or filling stations or housing estates, or you take them out of the country to Swiss bank accounts or to the Cayman Islands or to the US Virgin Islands. How did the white man or the Western world have any hand in it? They would encourage you to bring your money. They would encourage you to hurt each other if to make their companies make profit. But if we all agree, and it's a conscious effort that we have to move ahead, We have to be united. We have to keep our differences at one side and forge ahead. Their effects, their influences, whether they are Arabs, whether they are Chinese, whether they are Lebanese, whether they are anyone, it will be very, very minimal. So unity is going to absorb and destroy whatever influences, foreign influences are on us. If you are a taxi man, for instance, and you pack people, you fill your car up like our taxi men do in Nigeria, for instance. Everywhere is choked up in the car and people can't breathe, and you even be begging them, please, we're almost reaching our final destination, don't pack more people. They will still pack just to make more money. How did the Western world have influence in it? We are our biggest problems. We ourselves, we Africans, we as Nigerians, we are our biggest problems. If we don't find a way of living together, of breaking down this disunity, or even suspending it, because mankind can never be totally united or without conflict. But we can pause it. If we want to aspire to Dubai or Canada or Australia or Norway or Kuwait or Bahrain or Qatar, wherever, we have to pause our differences, forge ahead, develop, move ahead. Everywhere there are divisions, but everybody suspends it to move ahead. So we have to suspend those differences. We have to keep aside our differences. It can never totally be removed, but let's keep them aside. Let's ignore them for now and forge ahead. And let's see whether any foreign influence will be able to hold us down if we are determined to move ahead and develop. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Please comment no matter your opinion and share this video. Thank you.